Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everyone's having a lovely day. So this is a wig. It's from Temu and it just shows you hair color, not a person's face, hair color. And I've got a really long face. I know that. I really do need a facelift. If I can afford one day I will get one. I will be able to afford one day and I will get one. Positive thinking. Sorry if I upset people saying that I have very low self-esteem, and I know I'm aging at my age, but it's a difference. Yeah, the wig's quite feels, actually it doesn't feel strange on my head. It feels actually feels comforting, but it wasn't very expensive. It was like maybe $17 or $27 from Temu, but it's really quite fun. I wouldn't wear it out the house, I don't think, but just in the house. It's fun. You can see how bad my face looks and my neck looks with it this colour though. I never would have my hair really short this length because I've got very fine hair, and it looks even finer the shorter it is. And if it's darker, because it's so fine, it makes it look even thinner again. So, but this is fun, a fun alternative. Anyhow, it is fun. I brought these little strings from Temu that you can put on. You can pull back my face, which I'll probably do. Apparently, I read Lucille Ball used to have these strings. Actually, it was an old Hollywood technique they used to do many years ago in the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, but for people who didn't want to have facelifts, and there was only so many facelifts you could get. And there was a lady called Hedy Lamarr. She was actually an inventor, and she was she did it was her and her husband, it was, I'm not quite sure it was a husband, they designed, it's called frequency hopping, and it was used for, I think it was used for, so signal hopping. It was like a type of radar, or I can't remember right now off the top of my head. Frequency, it was a frequency hopping device, like sort of like a radar type of thing, Wi-Fi. And the way that they thought of it in their minds is characteristically quite interesting. They actually, I think they were watching a pianola. It's an old piano, and it has like these scrolls, and they have like little dots and dashes in them, and they scroll, and as they do, the piano actually plays, and it has different music. It plays without the actual person being there. Probably the first real mechanical form of service without having a person there, similar to what's happening in our lives as people in an industry where we work now, and where everyone who works now, and where we work, where people are working, jobs are being taken away because owners are wanting cheaper alternatives to save money and create more wealth. And by doing that, they're actually going to, which is pretty true, this is what's going to happen, they are going to get rid of so many people that jobs will be basically barely any human people will be working. It'll be all basically up to AI, and humans will be doing this. It's not because of AI, it's because humans want cheaper labor, cheaper goods, cheaper things, so they can actually get a higher cost and create more wealth within themselves. And while doing this, it's pretty much like with the AI coming on, but the AI is not what's going to kill jobs. It's humans that will kill jobs, not AI. Humans will be killing the jobs because they are the one taking the jobs away from people. not the AI. The AI providing a service, like the pianola with the scroll, which, you know, so the guy didn't have to sit there at the cinema, or, you know, and play the piano while watching something on the screen in a 1920s or 1980 movie or something. And years ago, when they didn't have, before the talkies, they used to have like little sorry, I have hay fever really bad. They had little movies which were black and white, and you had like the screen that would appear with the writing and what was said, which was really quite good. Similar but not the same as what we have now. It used to be on for a longer amount of time, so you could read it and absorb it better in more bolder constructional words that were able to be seen more clearly than fonts on a screen. However, yes, so yes, Hedy Lamarr, she created, I think it was Wi-Fi, it was frequency hopping, and actually, yeah, it was, which was like the Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and at the time of when they developed, sorry, because they developed satellite, what's it called? Sorry, I just said it before and I've forgotten. I'm so sorry. My hay fever is really bad. So when they eventually, it was, I think it was the English discovered, I can't think of the word now, it starts with an R, I just can't think of the word, it's just gone from me. I've not got dementia. I do use a tablet that helps me sleep overnight, and sometimes I can't think in the same way neurologically for a while. A radar. I'm so sorry, I'm so stupid. But in, I think it was the English, sometimes I know things, but I get sometimes the particular things back the front. I think it's my dyslexia, and I don't always remember everything particularly identically, and I've always got to go over things about 3 or 4 times to remember things, which is really annoying for me. But when they developed radar, they didn't want, was it the Americans? And they didn't want the British to know. Yes, it was. I think it was the Americans, and they didn't want the British to know, or the Germans to know. I'm so sorry. Part of all of that collaboration, there's some right bits in there. I just haven't read this and thinking of it. I'm not the best person with talking about things and remembering exact things, and unless I've checked everything before I sat down and talking about something. So when they invented, yeah, it was American, the radars, they didn't want to, I think it was the Germans to know, which makes sense. Germans or British, I still don't know, there's a British connection somehow there. So what they did is they actually had this big advertising about carrots. Why I say that, the red, and my dyslexic head, and red and carrots. So they actually advertised carrots, and that if you eat carrots, a carrot a day, or keep eating your carrots, you're going to get great sight. And that's how the pilots were getting the best form of amounts of people, or winning the war, because of the pilots were actually able to get rid of this and this, and let's not go into those gory details, but it was because of the radar and not actually the carrots, but they represented it. And still today you hear people say, eat up your carrots, it'll make your eyes better, because it's not actually 100% true. It was a layover effect to actually shadow something that was there that people wanted to notice. Well, why are they winning the war more so? Why are the pilots better pilots? And it was because they invented radar, and they had radar, and they didn't want the use notified, so they had to say something to make it not such an obvious thing. So they said that they were eating and feeding carrots to their armed forces. Anyway, take this hat off. Sorry. Back to my blonde hair and my ponytail. So I'm going to do a few cards for today. I don't know why, I just felt to do them. My hands are very sore, so I had little warts burnt off of my hands. It's really sore. I'm able to use my hands more because it's very sore. Especially that was the worst. It's very sore. I had some numbing stuff that I put on them, but it only lasts for so long, so I wouldn't be able to touch my hair and do all those things normally all the time. So only because I just able to put it on. But I just feel to do a reading for someone needs a reading, and I hope they don't think I'm an idiot. I hope none of you think I'm stupid. I think I'm stupid enough, and I battle and struggle with my personal facade. And at 53, don't look as great as you did. And anyway, I'm sorry if I've upset people by what I say. I do have a low self-esteem, and that comes from my dad. When I was a little girl, he used to tell me how ugly I was till I was 26. And I remember one time he was drinking and was looking at me and was laughing and said, "You are so ugly." And I was 14. And all my life is to think, I don't know why I'm saying this, it's a very vulnerable thing to say. All my life is to think, no one ever really ever gonna ever love me in this lifetime. No one's going to ever want me, ever. And that was because, not really because of what my dad said. If anything, it made me stronger to try and look after myself and care for myself more than most times when we don't care for ourselves, to make sure I put a bigger effort in, which has been a better thing. But it's not helped me find anyone in my life or have strength. But that comes from, I think, I had one faithful boyfriend in my life, so, and he's my friend still. We're friends. 23 years we broke up, but still a friend, a good man. But yeah, it's just things that happen in our lives do shape us, condition us and make us who we are. But we can always become someone different. We can, if we're unconfident, we can try and be confident. If someone's struggling, don't think, oh, you know, they're struggling, they're wanting attention, or this, that, the other. People struggle because they struggle. People who have insecurities because of many different reasons. No one has the right to put people down when they're struggling. We don't know what any struggles people are going through in their lives and what demons people have had to fight and things like that. But yeah, anyway, sorry, but hay fever, my hands are very sore now. Getting the feeling back, which is very painful. So my card I have is peace. And I don't know why, whoever this is I'm reading for, this reading is for someone special. I don't know who you are, but you're somebody. I have children around you. Children, boys, girls, children, but children, scattered children. It's like the bathtub with all the bubbles. If you look really clearly, you can see blue and pink. So it's boys and girls. And the female of the group of girls are what gives more heart. There's strength there. There's whoever these children are, or this child is, I think it's child. There is a girl there are two, boy and a girl. the girl will always protect the little boy, same ages, similar ages, but the boy is very more gentle, struggles with a little, probably going to struggle with a few little things, and I think the most I don't know exactly why, but what I do strongly feel, really strongly feel from I have angels that look after me and guide me, that help me for whoever I'm talking to. Someone's child has gone through some differences and different things happening in life, and there's a little small boy, and their sister is going to protect them and look after them, and they're going to be in a position where they're going to be protected and looked after. However, the little boy is going to need conditioning to, that's like when you have autism and you're different and you don't fit in, and even when you're an adult it's really hard to have friends, except for like, you know, you talk to an AI assistant because it's like your best friend, because most other people don't understand things in the same context that have interest in similar things. But it's like a very intelligent child, and this child's not unintelligent at all. It's actually a very intelligent child, and whoever will tell you it's unintelligent on some points ratio scheme, and I feel to say this strongly, is not ahead of their time. They are not critically looking at things in the right way, because I'm telling you the right way is that there is a little boy, it's very intelligent, more intelligent, and sees things more in an autistic way, that minimally speaks, it's like doesn't speak much, or he will think about things before, sorry, I've just got to use my tissue, sorry, so sorry. He will think about things a lot before he converses with, he's only little still, and little girl, sister, she will protect him and be very protective of him, and he's just different. And you know, the thing in life is we all have to be this marginal mean average and all fit into this herd, like cows fit into the herd class and have this and this. And if you take your child to a doctor and they don't have this and this, or they think this and this, then they have this, that, the other, what have you. And the education process and tagging people with symptoms of different things is very a ripe talking point of people who feel they have to diagnose this and this. Everybody has something. No one is perfect. People are different. But this little boy is special and actually is very intelligent. Mechanic is little, but this little boy is like structurally, people who have autism will understand this more so than people who don't. We see things more in like structure, or not jigsaw puzzles, but small things that lock together, like construction, looking at blueprints. You see how things are formed and put together. And an easy way to describe this is like if you had I like cars, a car engine, not a motor, an engine, vice versa, but we'll say an engine. And it's like if you wanted to know how the engine worked, if you showed somebody from the tiniest little thing with the engine beginning to its birthing point to actually becoming an engine, you'd probably have a lot of little people who are not able to understand what's going on. So my point being is, I'll explain that this little person is like, the way that they see things is like they see an engine, motor, engine. And it's like, if it's trying to understand how it works, it's not wanting to see what's inside of it. It's wanting to see what comes apart from it, if that makes sense. And how the different structures that come off work and where they attach to, until you have nothing. And then it would probably, most probably when it gets a little older, be able to even put things together. This is not an unintelligent child. I don't know why I feel today, because my hands are very sore to this reading, but there's some importance to this, and I want someone, don't know who you are, and whoever it is, this will mean something to you. But I just want to show you that again. So the little doves, white doves, are the little boy and the little girl. So the little girls, I see this, and the little boy, he's here and he's very shy and wants to shy away. And sorry, sometimes I'm an empath, and sometimes I get sad because I'm so sorry. Sometimes I get sad because it's like I can feel the feelings of like the children and how the struggles and the parents and the worries that they have and what's gonna become. So sorry. But I want to say, they were brought into the right family. The mother was the right mother, the father was the right father, and they couldn't have been given to any more special parents. You can create the strength in this little child and help its life. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to get emotional. Sometimes things happen for a reason, and sometimes people think, why did this happen? Sometimes God just needs two people to realize how special you really are and how much more special your child is. Both your children, all the children. But this little one needs extra special love and care, and it needs its parents together for love, for the help of the children. These parents need to bond together. I hope they can bond together. You can't have division. You can't just put different people or children in places. After a while, little kids will ask, who is that, or what relationship is that, or these are not, this little boy is not unintelligent. He's more intelligent than most children. He just is will come out with very few things. He's a very bright spark. You need to help him be strong. You need to help him realize how beautiful. So sorry. You need to help him realize how beautiful he is, no matter what. That he's beautiful and he has a beautiful soul. And he's beautiful just the way he is. And it's not us that need to change in this world for people like this beautiful little boy. It's the people in the world that need to change for other people, because not everyone accepts people very easily, and we need more understanding in life. Not you're different because you don't fit in. It should be everyone could fit in, because you all have your place in this jigsaw puzzle of life. We are all one. And imagery wise, like when it comes to people looking at people and there being any sort of disfigurement or anything like that, people can be cruel and mean and upset. It doesn't matter who you are in this world. It doesn't matter what genetical testing is done in life. If that child is meant to come through and you are the right parent, you have been given an angel that has come to you, because you are the most important thing in their life. And not only that, you can make the difference. You can help them get through life. You can help them with the strength. But they need a little bit more support than other children. This little boy and little girl are going to be very close together, but very protective of each other. But they're being brought into the right family, because I'm so sorry, my tissues now, tiny little tissue. I was meant to read this for some reason, I don't know why, but I just want to tell you, whatever testing there is for people and they think that your child may not be this or have this or be able to be this, this is just, things are all based on people's perceptions and dimensions of, if you get 50% of this, then you might have this, or 30% of this, you might have this, or if you can't do this, then you most likely have this. We're put into categories in life so much, too much, and people expect everything and everyone to be this glamorous little thing that fits into a little Barbie slot. People are people. We all struggle with things, no matter who you are, no matter what you do in life. I want you to know that you are a beautiful person. You are a beautiful soul. I want you to realize how beautiful you are. I really do. I'm so sorry about my tissue. And I want to say, pick another card, but this little girl and little boy is very strong. God could have created anything in life wonderfully spectacular, and He did. He created your children. Your children are wonderfully spectacular. They are precious. Their lives are so important, and you are important to them. And every little thing you do is so important to them. Thank you for being their parents. And the angels thank you as well. You have beautiful, beautiful children. I do have another card going on. I'm so sorry, it's still going on. So I do have one little, still talking about children. Lots of little children around, not just one. The little white at the bottom near the hills is what I sort of read as children. And it's like a little castle in the sky, but it's not, but it's made for happiness together. And it's sorry, so sorry about my tissue again. It's a life created where you are together and you are happy. You make things lovely together in this place, and you give them the happiness that you can most give them, and that's for them to see smiles and happiness on your face and your wife or your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend. The faces of their parents is what makes children also happy as well, and happy, kindness and love. One little child is I don't know if it's wetting the bed, and one little child, it's like wetting the bed and waking up in the night with some nightmares, and there's a bonding, and I feel it's to do with, I think it's to do with dad, because I feel mum's there more, and it's that bonding, and when the dad's there, it's able to be more happier and harmonic and feel safer. But try and work things out together. If it's not, doesn't work out emotionally for you parents, sometimes it can be so hard, I understand, but if it can, give it a try. Remember, more happiness you get with honey than if you had a room full with bees with vinegar in it. You want to have a nice, harmonic, lovely house. Sometimes if people can't get along, sometimes if it's possible to have happiness and love and be with people in an area where it feels kind and loving, each supportive of what's happening. But one little child is struggling a little, and I feel it's for the dad, for the father. And I don't know if it's a little girl, but I'm getting girl, not the boy. The little girl, the little girl. I hope this means something to somebody out there. Also, life, lots of different things going on. We have, whoever this is, lots of too many things going on. You need to protect yourself. You're doing way too much. You need to just take time out for yourself. You're doing too much for everybody else. You will end up being at the end of a road with no way to get back. You need to take care of your energy and relax and spend time with your family and not always be occupying all these different roles. You just can't keep doing all of this. You need to take some time out for yourself, but time out where you feel happy. Every time I do a reading or healing, there's always a noisy car. It's quite strange. I love cars though. But I see someone, business, by ourselves, eating by themselves, at a table by themselves, going somewhere again by themselves, eating by themselves. A lot of time spent being in a business or a trip or doing something, and it's by themselves, which is coming to a point where you need to start looking at being part of your family unit more, and not part of being by yourself here and here and here. What you have can be gone tomorrow. All of us, what we have can be gone tomorrow. We can be gone tomorrow. We have to appreciate what we have, be grateful for what we have in this world, in this life. Be so grateful and compassionate and kind. I'm going to do 2 more readings. I'm so sorry about my hay fever, and I'm so sorry I cried before. I'm so sorry. I have someone who's, it's like the United States of America, like navy blue background. Don't know why, but it's like someone's trying to hold, I don't know, I guess I'm getting that, because like Australia's the bottom, America's the top. It's like someone's trying to hold up the world and trying to do all they can with the resources that they have. They're trying to do everything with the resources that they have. And everybody else thinks, wow, that's a lot of resources that can help everything. It cannot, because there's only so much that can help so much and do so much. And everything's been itemized to help as much as you can. And sometimes you feel that whoever you are, I feel male, that people, sorry, I feel sad again. I feel whoever this person is feels that. They feel people want them for what they have, not who they are. I think I've said that a few times before. I'm so sorry. But they really feel it, and they find it hard to feel that people actually love or care for them for who they are and what they bring to the table in their communication or happiness or friendship, not what they have. But yet people depend to ask them for things all the time, or they feel that people are asking a lot of them, and not everyone can keep giving and giving. You have to look after yourself too. If you keep giving, you won't end up being able to look after this and this that you had things prepared for. You have to prioritize you and your life and your things and your family and their life and their housing and where they live, and somewhere safe for them all together. You're trying to do everything. Sometimes it feels like you're doing it all by yourself. You can have emotional support and help, you just have to ask. You have somebody there who can help you. I keep getting again same cards. Someone financially just can't, because the person doesn't think people really love them for them, which is really sad. I'm so sorry, I'm a bit emotional today. But a card, I felt to do this, so I must be meant to do this, feeling like this. But the person feels like they find it hard to have self-love, and it goes back to a time in their life when someone ripped them to shreds verbally about themselves and made them feel like they were less than nothing. It made them feel like really hard to understand the world properly because of what they went through. Sorry. So sorry. Let's try and stop getting sad. I just felt sad. But people love you because of what you are, who you are, and you have love and kindness, and you struggle too. People don't realize you struggle. People don't realize that you fight to try and hope that people like you or accept you. And the people that accept you, there's part of you that thinks they accept you for what you have, not who you are, or what position you hold, or positions you hold. You're stronger than what you realize, but at the moment I feel there's some things happening where you feel like it's hard to keep going, but you keep going. You have to start enjoying your life and stop being like a railroad train. Keep going and going and going. You've got to stop. You've got to start to enjoy some of your life. I don't know who, but there's someone they love. I don't know who, and I don't understand why. But it's like there's someone else that someone loves, and I think I've said this many times, they never physically met, but it's like angels bring them together. The lady's like, it's like she lives on a little rock with seas all around her. It's like he has seen her, or he sees her, but she doesn't see him. She doesn't know who he is, this person. It's like the shroud, covers themselves so they can't be seen. Maybe, look, whoever you are, you're in different parts of the world. That doesn't mean that whoever you're meant to be with or meet, or that person's meant to help you in some way, shape or form, that meeting each other would be a bad thing if you're meant to meet each other. But it's like the person doesn't, it sounds crazy, it's like the person doesn't want to divulge who they are. Like, I keep getting a vision of the man, it's really sad. It's called the Elephant Man, and he wore like a bag thing over his head, because he had, it's like these growths that he had, like tumors, and they have his skull, all these big lumps. Poor darling. And he went through so much sadness, the poor man. And as much as this sounds as a story and a movie about the Elephant Man and his life, John Merrick, he was the poet, and he could right things. And so it's just so sad story. Somehow I don't know how, but it's related to this person. It's somehow related to their child. But it was like the elephant man, except for society, this person, whoever you are, you're in a position where you can try and help the social life for that child that you have to be better than what it is if they'd been born to somebody else, but still give them strength. But this is just a story about this poor man, this elephant man. He was so beautiful, so kind and loving, and he'd write little poems, and had such a gentle soul. It just makes me so sad how people, I have to get a tissue. So sorry. How people put down people because of what they look like, or what you look like, your face looks like, or your hand looks like, or your body looks like. And yes, this poor John Merrick, he was writing these poems and he was talking with a friend, and he'd have to sleep with his head up. But he had the most beautifulest heart. So sorry. He was just such a gentle soul. I don't know who this reading is for, but there's some, whoever it is, someone's child has gone through some things and had people say horrible things about what their child looks like. And you know what? Sometimes in life, people want to see people hurt and harmed because they don't want people to have happiness. And it's that person, these horrible people that say nasty things about people, they don't want you or children or whoever, the children are innocent, to have happiness, and to say horrible things about how someone looks regardless of whatever's happened. It's just cruelty and cruelty. It really is cruelty. But I think whoever they are very lucky to have a father like they have. This could change their life and change their world, but you have to help them have strength, and they're intelligent, not unintelligent. They're intelligent, and they're a beautiful child. I don't know who you are, but from my heart, like, I just feel there's so much sadness there. Whoever you are, it's like having a child and having them ripped away and it be gone. So much has happened to you as a person, whoever you are, whether you're a male. And I feel you've been through so many things. People don't think, I'm so sorry, people don't realise you know about or understand or believe. I want you to know you're a beautiful person, and you are an angel to people, and you've changed people's lives and helped people in ways that other people don't know about or people know about. You're very special, and you're loved by a lot of people. I'm just going to do another card. I'm so sorry I'm crying. I just feel like my card. You've been through in life, like, I don't know if you lost a child, the first child. Struggles and you got through, struggles and you got through, and struggles and you've got through. And I feel like everything's been such a struggle. Everything has not been easy. But yet people think everything's been easy for you. People pick on you, whoever you are, and people put you down. You need to stand up and look in the mirror and realize what you've been through, and thank yourself and your angels that are around you for protecting you, because they love you. They love you. Stop looking around about what other people think about you and whatever's happening in your life and your children, but particular child. Stop looking around. It's your life. Hone in on your life. Hone in on your life with your children and your family. Love them. Doesn't matter what anybody else says or thinks. You know why? Because this is your life. Words hurt. I know they hurt. They can be very unkind and very painful. But you are stronger than you ever realized. Ever realized. Don't listen to people. Coming at the time of Cancer in June, July, you're going to start to feel, I need to spend a bit more time with my family and do a bit more together with the people. So sorry, with the people that I love, and you need to start to look after yourself too. I think you are not eating right. You need to think about what you're putting into your body. I think you're a little bit like myself. I have like sugar things where I have to have sugar or sweet things, and it overcomes me. But I have chronic fatigue, so it's a little different. But it's still not great for your body, and your body gets a rush and then it just drops. And whatever you do a lot with your life. But I'm just going to end on a card. I'm so sorry I've cried. Just whoever you are, I've picked up today on your energy and your little fights that you've gone through emotionally and in your life. Children is around you. Babies, children. Empress, like she's far away. It's like she's in her own little world. Somebody, I don't know who she is. She's happy. You've made somebody's life very happy and changed their lives. You've helped them, whoever you are, you've helped them get the home, their house. You've helped them financially without them even knowing. And you've been kind. And you send them love, and whoever they are, they send love back to you. And there's someone that you've helped in your life and helped their life, this person. But there's someone who's very gentle and kind. Something about flowers, I don't know what that means. Whoever you are, you would know what that is. Something about flowers. But I feel whoever you are, you're not someone from, I don't feel you're someone far away. I'm so sorry to be a little emotional mess. Okay, I'm just gonna use my tissue again. I'm so sorry. So sorry. And I have one female and one male. This is the card. And I think you are a male. If vice versa, if you're a female, this is happening to you. This could be you as a female and male, either side. Gender wise, it could be male, female. It's just how I see the division. But there's a woman, I think she's had children with you, and a man, and they keep sticking the knife in and hurting and saying unkind words about you, which are very hurtful and harmful. And they keep doing it, and they're not always saying nice, kind words, but saying things that they know they can say that will hurt you from your heart. You've got to start to move on, and whatever situation is happening, know in your heart to be kind, compassionate, caring, and loving. We don't have to always fight and argue to win the gold post of the tournament of something. Sorry, my tissue again. What I will say is that whoever you are, there's been some sort of fight for children's rights, or fight for child, or fight for some form of a right, and you've protected the lives of children, or these children, or some children, been lives that have been protected for fighting, because you have fought for the right, for the right of looking after them and giving them the best life and support you can without them being exposed to things which would psychologically change and upset their lives and make it very traumatic for them. So you really have done wonders, and you need to know that those people who think the negatives, let them keep on thinking negatives, because at the end of the day, you know, they're going to think negative about somebody else if it's not you. That's just how they think. Those people, it's like getting gum on your shoe. Walking down the street and you get gum on your shoe, unless you're in Singapore, then you don't. But this person, whoever they were, female or male, opposite, who looking after the children, I think they were drinking, and you were trying to protect children, or if it's children from drinking and exposure to disharmony, and a life where they're actually, where it would have been non-productive in a bit of disharmony, so you've been able to give them more of a harmonic life. And I'm going to end on a card. I'm so sorry about being emotional. There's love and happiness and care and compassion out there in this world. All beautiful things are there available for you. You can find it, but you can't ever find it until you find it in yourself first. You have to love yourself and be proud of yourself, and keep telling yourself that. If not, then if you need to talk to somebody to get the right help, get that. When you start to feel that, that's when you'll find that right heart connection. But you must put effort into loving who you are. Don't leave yourself last. Stop doing everything for everybody else and putting yourself at the end. You matter to a lot of people, and you've changed a lot of people's lives. And people love you for who you are, not what you have. It's the last card. I find this interesting. You've changed so many lives and helped so many people. You're a beautiful person. And today, if you see somebody without a smile, give them one of yours. My name's Electra. Sending you love, kindness, and happiness, and health. And I hope this reading, whoever it was meant for, and I'm so sorry I was crying, sees this. And whoever you may be, you may see this years later. But have a lovely day. God bless.